Hey everybody, welcome back to another knee-jerk reaction review. This, as I've said many a time, but I really truly believe at this time will probably be quicker reviews on both knee-jerk reactions that I'm about to do back to back. The first of which is Yellowjackets episode 4. This one, I actually watched a couple nights ago because I watched it at like midnight when it first came out, so it's also probably not as knee-jerk as it should be in my head. But what did I think of the episode as I try to recall it all on the fly, knee-jerk style? Also, my daughter's in the room, so it's a big deal why I'm trying to kind of speed this up. Don't know how she's going to act. But I'll tell you how these people act in the show. Fucking terrible. Just kidding. Nothing wrong here again, but I will say, I don't feel like I'm getting anything. Like, I don't... Am I dumb? Am I missing something here, people? I mean, if you've watched my other reviews, I am loving the show so far, and the last episode even gave me more questions without answers. I feel like we're leaning towards the answers, but I still haven't got them exactly. And after I watched the preview for this episode, I was like, I thought for sure. I was like, this is going to be it. This will be the episode we finally at least get a little bit, and I really didn't get that. But what I did get was Shauna. It was confirming my beliefs. I actually started talking myself out of this, that older Shauna slept with the guy, because I was like, I bet her husband actually didn't sleep with anybody, so she's going to feel evil for doing what she did. And actually what Shauna did, you know, maybe she's just insane. She murdered the guy. But no, it shows that they slept together. And after they slept together, you know, he seems to be releasing something that has been buried in Shauna for a long time. And it's not earmuffs and orgasm, people. It is actually, you know, just her wild and free side that she has not been able to express. She seems like that wife that's just like, I'm really dull. I've kind of left who I was in the past. I'm really reserved. I feel like I have nothing else to live for. I'm just kind of, you know, flatlining it, going this way until I die. She is picking it up. And I also loved how it played that awesome 90s song. I don't even know who sings it, but it's that song that, Baby, I'm ready to go. Obviously, I'm doing a great impression of that. I know, I'm horrible. But I forgot that song existed, and being like a 90s kid, I was like, oh, yeah, that. So I need to YouTube that. Maybe this video will remind me of it. But it's kind of cool seeing her on a different wavelength. The wavelength being that she is starting to really enjoy. My daughter's not listening to me already. I said to shh. Make sure you be quiet, baby. So, am I horrible, Dad? No, I don't know. Sometimes we're stuck in these situations, so you're going to have to deal with this. But just seeing her the way she was in this episode, you know, it was kind of cool seeing her break out of that. So that was kind of cool, even if it was at the expense of cheating on her husband, which we'll see if her husband really is a cheating pig. Like I said, the skeptics are still out on that one. My skeptics. Am I skeptics or skeptic? I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say, though. Yeah, too much at once. Very interesting that this episode was about Natalie, because Natalie has been awesome. Juliette Lewis is awesome. And watching her as this kid, being a kid, we see in the beginning that her dad is blown off. Like half his head is blown off. And you're asking yourself, like, what in the fuck is going on with this? And he's basically telling her on the plane during this vision that, they're like, oh, you gotta have another body, Natalie, like, because apparently she killed him. That's the vibe we get. But as we work our way back through, you see that her dad is, in fact, a piece of fucking shit. And at one point, he's attacking her and her sister, and she pulls out a shotgun. And she's like, I'm about to blow your fucking head off. She doesn't say that, but you can see it in her eyes. Like, she is ready to do it because she's done with his shit. And the sister, he finally lets go of her because he's like, damn, is it mean business? But he's doing the whole, like, you ain't going to do it, Natalie. And he wrestles the gun away from her. So you're like, oh, so what happens? And as he goes outside, he basically blows his own head off on accident, from what I've seen. So, is there guilt there for her on that? Because, like, what the fuck could she have done? I guess that's just the type of character her dad would be. He would make her feel guilty and still haunt her fucking dreams if he could, because he's a piece of shit. And maybe she does feel liable in some weird way for having gotten the gun out and wishing that upon him, even if she couldn't pull the trigger herself. Other things we got, that all kind of stem from her and Trevor, I believe his name is. You know, I forget names all the time. Trevor and her's relationship. You saw like the way he basically was looked at as a sicko by Natalie, because he was going over there digging up a grave out of nowhere, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And eventually, he's like, "I've got to bring something back. You don't understand. I just have to." And it's for Javi, his brother, because his brother was going to need it that fucking much, and he knew that he was going to need it that much, and Natalie actually ended up helping him with that because he's about to throw up. And it's a little less hard for her because, you know, it isn't family. So she helped him get the fucking, you know, ring off. So that was big. But, man, you see their relationship kind of bloom from there. They start getting real close. They start joking around with each other in ways we hadn't necessarily seen before. And then it, you know, spawns something into their adult years. So now we are getting a taste of what Natalie and Trevor were really about. So that's interesting. There was a scene in this one where I thought, oh my God, what is her name? I hate this shit. I hate my life. I'm just not prepared today. I'm so behind. Which one am I ever? The main girl, that's the girl. I've done this before. My God, I'm so tired of doing it. The main girl out of the young girls that isn't there as an adult. That girl. Damn it, I know your name. We don't see her as an adult. So that leads us to believe, is she one of these people that dies? Is she one of these people that's still on that fucking, you know, wherever they crash, whatever the fuck? Is she still there? Like, where is she? Did she die? While they were, like, rummaging around through some stuff in the plane came on and came forward. It looked like it was going to kill Van's character. But she kind of pulled Van out of the way, and she's just standing face-to-face with the propeller as it's slowly coming closer. And I was like, are we going to get our first, like, holy shit kill that leads into whatever this whole thing is? And how shocking would it be, even if you don't see her now as an adult, if she dies in, like, the 4th fucking episode? Like, I was kind of on the edge of my seat there in that moment. That sparked something in me. But overall, guys, this is another episode that's just kind of like, you know, it's interesting, but I want something more. And the other episodes, I didn't feel it as much, because the first 2, I was like, okay, we're going to get to it. And the third one, interestingly enough, added questions, but it was the new questions were, you know, fun. As you know, we figured out Trevor died, and Juliette Lewis's character is just like, no, that didn't happen. And just the chemistry of fucking Christina Ricci and Juliette Lewis really carried everything. So it was good enough. This was the first one I was kind of like, man, I don't know, I need something. Like, what was it? 8? I think it's 8 episodes, so I want to know what's going to happen to some degree. We're halfway through the season. We also got to see who could, you know, shoot the gun. That was the whole point of this. Like, we need to find the person that could shoot the gun the best. And, of course, that's what led into the backstory about Natalie, about her using a gun before. She's a crack shot. She's the answer. She's the person. And that was pretty much the episode. And there wasn't nothing wrong with it. It was a good episode. But I am finally getting to the point where I'm like, all right, man, give me something. But I'm also not jumping off the bandwagon by any means, because this show's dope. But I don't know. We'll see, man. Again, but this episode looked like it could be. It looks like we could get a little more next week. So hopefully we do, but also hopefully we don't, because I'm also enjoying the intrigue of what this is, people. I don't know. It's tough. I do enjoy it, though. Let me know what y'all thought of